quite defines a season like seizing an opportunity. The opportunity that comes when the #1 team in the country comes into your house and you have an opportunity to stake your claim to one of those coveted playoff positions. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Grabbed behind the line. It's Overton. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. And you want to know what impact home field advantage can have? There it is. The offense will walk it back. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Takes the easy completion. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Let's take a second here to talk about Florida State. We're at the halfway point of the season. They're sitting atop the rankings. How hard is it to maintain that focus as the season goes along?
It's really tough, and that's one thing this coaching staff's really been trying to focus on, is just to take one opponent at a time, regardless of where they're ranked, regardless of where you're playing. You've got everybody's attention. You're the #1 team in the country midway through the year, David, but there are tougher challenges ahead.
Well, and it's hard to get your players' attention because you start thinking you're good. We've got to get better every week, every practice, and sometimes that #1 ranking makes you not work as hard, gets you a little bit complacent, so that's the job of this coaching staff moving forward.
Spits it out to the back. Another incompletion on third down.
You just got to wonder, too, guys, if the crowd didn't impact the offense. They're playing on the road on the first third down of this football game. Incomplete. The idea here, I think, just punt it away and see if you can regroup, because this environment is hostile.
And the Noles decide to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line.
Will take over. First and 10.
He leaves it with his back. Past the sticks, and he may get more. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. A cornerstone of the Alabama program really throughout history has been be physical, establish a running game.
Yeah, great running backs. I mean, not only are you recruiting great players in the offensive line and skill and all over the place, but so many great backs that you can name off the top of your head that played at Alabama, that ran it with an edge, that ran it physical, that always represented that style. And you can see Alabama, they're always going to do this. They're going to establish the run.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Out of the gun, the give to the back. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
And a great job by the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right at the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big gain.
Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. First down for this offense. They want to throw it. Still looking on the move. Finds his man. It's Ford. Makes the stop at the 23-yard line, but it's a pickup of 15. A first down, and this offense is smelling the end zone. Looking to throw on first down. Throws for the tight end. And the shot to the middle of the field falls to the turf. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
On first and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. They want to run this quarterback. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Using his feet. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
And now they'll empty the backfield for the two-point try. He'll take it himself. Several defenders there to get him on the ground. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They'd love to get something started here, down 6-0. To the air on first down. Incomplete. Looked as if he had his man, but just a misfire from this senior.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. That's caught. It's Overton. Makes the stop at the 33, but it's a 15-yard gain. The Seminoles in the hurry-up.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm.
Oh, he's got some space. They get him down at the 49, but not before he picks up 15. And the Seminoles come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to keep it in the air. Caught in the backfield. It's Overton. And he's brought down after a nice gain. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football. They play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Caught in the backfield, it's Overton. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on 3rd down. He wants to throw it. Got the quick pass. He goes out of bounds across the 25, mark it at the 24, and this defense, its head is spinning.
And this is why checkdowns are so big. There's a lot of quarterbacks in these types of situations.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Really need to find a productive play this time on 2nd and long. Back to pass. The sure hands, it's Overton. Finds a crease at the 20. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. The Seminoles started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Quick completion on the out route. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. He's looking to pass. Buying some time. Final play of the quarter, and the ball falls incomplete. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the 2nd. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Here comes the option. And he'll be stuck. Got nothing. Line of scrimmage still at the 4. The Seminoles racing to the line in the hurry-up. On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Seminoles! Can these guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A pair of top 15 teams throwing haymakers today. Let's show you the very latest. Notre Dame is getting worked right now in their own dojo. We've seen this team in a lot of big spots over the years, but I can't think of a worse beatdown. They're trailing by 14 to USC.
Got a little room. There he goes. Open it up. They eventually chase him down, but what a spectacular return that almost went all the way. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
It's now third down.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Once you start to get down here towards the goal line, it's so much more difficult to throw the football, and you really want to stretch the defense sideline to sideline and use your speed and take advantage of the grass when you see it. They try to take a little bit of a shot down the field unsuccessfully. Nice job by this defense.
So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. Fakes the grab. Breaks into the open. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Looking downfield on 1st down. Working the middle. The junior making a clutch play and turning in a big catch.
Well, nice job hauling that pass in. I'll tell you, he keeps defenses on their heels. He really does. His speed is so scary. And I think back to my days in college. We used to play against the Seminoles when they had Peter Warwick and Lavernia Schools. And because of their game-breaking ability, it put so much pressure on our defense. I'll tell you, this guy's good enough to, I think, have played on that Seminole offense, and he would have gotten some looks. This guy can make some plays.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Gonna look downfield again. Buys a little time. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions. You've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Oh, he can't hang on. That one was nearly picked off. Instead, he'll force a 4th down. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Get it through the uprights. He missed it. And with that miss, still down by a deuce and missing an opportunity to take the lead. Here comes that Alabama offense. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Steps away to find some room. Fires on the move. Oh, goes right through his hands, and he will think about that one for a while. It'll be 3rd down.
And there's not very many offensive plays that are going to be successful. If you can rush 3 guys and still get to the quarterback, that's not a good sign for this offensive line.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. The snap sets up to throw. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. The screen, he's got wheels. Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
Got a man. It's Thorne. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great play by the cornerback. In this offense, they're just trying to get this receiver the ball quickly to see if he can make something happen. But that cornerback was draped all over him. Nice job.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to fire. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's the pressure. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
And the punt team gets down there and touches it dead. That's where they'll put it in play.
And it's a great punt. Obviously, he gives himself time to let his guys get down the field, get in position. Remember, don't let that thing cross the goal line. Try to keep it inside the 10. Nice job down in the football, setting your defense up for great field position.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Looking down the middle. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Got it behind the line. It's Overton. Turning it on. He was running through tackles and picked up the 1st down and finally got knocked down.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that 1st down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the boat. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up. And you got to communicate.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
Oh, and on defense, you just got to be able to finish that play. That defender had the football in his hands. He's just got to catch it. That should have been an interception.
Looking to throw again. He's got it. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Don't even think about sending the special teams out on 4th down and 3. Down to 2 minutes to play in the half, and the referees signal for the 2-minute timeout. And the Seminoles will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line.
Will take over. 1st and 10.
Opening snap of this drive comes from the 38-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Bringing the heat. Blasted as he lets it go.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Extending the play. Slings it. Oh, man, what a missed opportunity. Big fella almost got to run with the ball. Instead, it falls incomplete and brings up second down.
Things just not going as easy for this guy as they did his last game out. Last time he completed over 70% of his throws. This week, though, defense taking some throws away. They've made some plays. He just hasn't been quite spot on with his accuracy. He's going to have to play better.
Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And you want consistency from your quarterback, man. You don't want the up and down. You don't want the roller coaster. And last week, man, you had the highs of highs. And now this week, just off. He's all over the place. He's not completing the ball at a high percentage. And you just want to find some middle ground and some consistency so this offense can find out exactly who they are and build it consistent.
Whoa, does he turn that loose down the middle. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. This quarterback part of their running game. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
The defense really gets it. They understand what's going on. The quarterback is a threat to run the football. I have to understand that. It changes the way I play defense. Am I going to have more speed on the field? Whatever I do, I got to make sure I do what they did right there. Focus in on the QB, lock in, and make sure he doesn't beat me.
He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can pick up the first without scoring. Here's the handoff. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. They'll play it safe and try for 3. Absolutely perfect. The lead now 5 here in the second. So they get the field goal, now about to kick it away, and you get a stop here, and you go to halftime feeling really good about things. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Going right to work up top. Going to throw it over the top of the D. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
Misfired on 1st down, back to the air on 2nd. Looking to take a shot. Fires into traffic, and it's picked off. He goes out of bounds, but what a play to create a sudden change opportunity. They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Fires it into traffic, and it's picked off. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Just enough time for one final play in this half. On the direct snap, it's Overton. There he goes. Picks up the first down. Big gainer there that'll look good in the stat column, but not quite enough to put any points on the board before time expires here in the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Just about set to get this second half underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Making side adjustments here. He wants to start this drive with a pass. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, they're trying to get the big fella the football in the passing game, but they haven't been able to do that yet. He is a really nice target with his size and his athleticism, but him and the QB, they just don't seem to be on the same page right now.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to pass. Finds us back in the middle.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
The Tide will get the first down.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Throwing on the run. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
You know, these throws to the perimeter of the field can be so tricky for a quarterback. You've got to be pinpoint accurate and have great timing. You didn't see it there from the QB.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
You know, it's so important for corners to be able to transition, right? You got to have real loose hips. You got to be able to change direction on a dime. And in zone coverage, when you see the ball thrown, you can break on it and force incompletions like that.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit and let's keep going.
So now it's second and long. Wants to go up top. using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Got a wide open receiver. And he takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line. An explosive play for this offense.
This guy already has a touchdown. He almost had his second right there. You saw how good he is after he has the ball in his hands. Great job by the quarterback. A, finding him, B, getting it to him quickly, and then his speed and his God-given ability does the rest. He's got his offense in great field position.
That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Wants to throw again. Moves around to clear up the vision. Grab behind the line. It's Overton.
This defense is so well coached. Everybody understanding their assignments, especially in coverage. There was a guy designed to take the running back out of the flat. He was able to get him down right away.
On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it go to the end zone. Makes the catch. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Throw to the end zone, picked off.
And defensive backs you think don't have good hands. The big fella shows them. How about that defensive back going up and getting the interception? Nice job breaking on the football. You say that's why you play defense, because you don't have hands? Yeah, I bet the difference.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Man, oh man, these offenses just haven't been able to find any room to get things going, David.
And to quote the great philosopher, Reese Davis, this is very ungood. Just nothing working for this offense, Palmer. They got to find something.
Well, the plays look good against the scout team during the week in practice, but they have just not been able to find a rhythm against this defense today.
Great job by the offense, understanding where the sticks are. And look, they got the first down. They're like, all right, let's crank this tempo up now. We got first down. Let's go fast.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Skips away from pressure. Stands in and takes the hit. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And you knew he was going to take a step back, because you can't throw the ball for over 80% in a season. Like, that's ridiculous. Last week he was on fire, but this week, man, he's freezing cold. And he's got to find something to get this offense going. But right now, just off target. Somebody needs to step up, make a play, and maybe get a spark for this offense.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He's got it. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer. But you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Yeah, this offense is going to try to run the ball and do it in a variety of ways. You'll see zone reads. You'll just see straight downhill running. They'll get the toss play going as well to try to keep this defense on their heels.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Grab near the marker. It's Moore. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
And I'm kind of surprised by this performance, man. The QB last week, you could tell, dude, he was in rhythm. He was good timing. You could tell the chemistry with receivers were good. And today, everything just looks off. And it looks hard. It looks difficult. They got to find a way to get back in the rhythm they were in last week.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Might be calling a hot route. To the air on 2nd down. Just tried to drop a little floater in there, and it's incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
They were really starting to put a drive together, but after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. Unloads to the wideout. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. They'll put it in play from the 36 for the first play of the drive. Wants to throw on 1st down. With the catch, it's Overton. Oh, he's got some space. Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory, gets 15 and a 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Pulls it in, it's Overton. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The Knowles are in the hurry-up.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. This guy hoping to join that long line of big playmakers for Florida State, whether it's Rashad Green, Kez McCorvey, or, of course, the great Peter Warren.
Yeah, finding those guys on the outside with game-breaking speed that you can build your offense around, that you know you can consistently throw the football, get Doak Campbell Stadium rocking, get everybody excited about Florida State.
And as he throws, just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort, and right now they're making the most plays.
Zings it complete to the right. Touchdown, Knowles! They take the lead with the 6.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He's looking to throw. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Well, every coordinator has a couple of two-point plays in his back pocket. They dialed one up there. They didn't get it. Let's see how that affects the outcome of this one.
The returner's going to try to see what he can get. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18.
Will take over. 1st and 10.
A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Looking for a huge play. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
And they make the tackle, not before he gets the 1st down. Now let's see if they rush to the line or let the time run out here in the 3rd. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They go back to work in the final period of this one. To the air on 1st down. Firing to the right, complete. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Runs through a tackle. Got behind those pads and picked up 3 out to the 35.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
And the missed connection on 3rd down.
You know, timing is so important in the RPO game, especially on 3rd down. Quarterback and receiver just didn't have it there, and now it's 4th down.
Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fires to the right. Makes the catch. Converts on 4th down. He's still on his feet.
Well, there's the advantage of having versatility at the running back position. On 4th down, everybody in the stadium is expecting if you throw it, it's probably going to a receiver at tight end. But because of his ability to catch the football, he makes a huge play for this offense and keeps the drive alive.
Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another 1st down. They'll go to the ground. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. The RPO, it's complete. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Man, that play takes some protection. If you're going to stick it in the belly and that wide receiver is going to run down the field that far, I need some good protection, and I need my lineman not to go downfield. Nice job by the quarterback making the right read, being patient, throwing that strike.
Brings up 2nd down.
They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Under fire. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
This really has been a Jekyll and Hyde story for this quarterback. His last game out, he completed over 80% of his throws, but things just not going his way in this one. You've got to give the defense a ton of credit.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
And here we go, down a score. They'll go for it on 4th down. Complete and looking for enough for the 1st down. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. On the run, deep down the right side. Hauls it in down the sideline. Touchdown, Florida State. He got a step and just dusted the field.
If I'm a play caller nowadays, man, I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Here comes that Alabama offense. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. And that's a very productive first down play in bringing up 2nd and 3.
And that's a great way to start this drive. Listen, we understand the situation. We need a touchdown. We need a 2-point conversion. But you can't get all of that on one play. Stay consistent. Plenty of time still left on the clock. Dink and dunk if you need to. Take what the defense gives you.
Pocket breaking down. Finds his big tight end. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it from the gun. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Finds his tight end.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Third and short now from their own 48. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab, it's Thorne. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch to these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. Got it in the middle. It's Thorne. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30. No hesitation. No trying to baby the ball in there. He just fired it complete.
4th down, no problem. I'm just going to rip this to my wide receiver. He believed in himself. He knew he could get it, and they get the 4th down conversion.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle. But they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
And they make the connection, and he's got it at the 10-yard line, set up with a red zone opportunity. And this is a significant moment for this offense. Down 8, 1st and goal, needing a touchdown and a 2 to tie. Touchdown, Alabama! All that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Well, they get the touchdown here, and I think if you're the head coach, you got to go for 2. You got to have a 2-point play dialed up right now. What can you run you feel like you can execute to tie this thing with not a lot of time left on the clock?
They got the touchdown, but still a 2-point conversion short of tying it up late. Wants to pass. Oh, they're after him! And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Great starting point, takes it inside his own 25.
Brings it out to the 30, and the Florida State offense will take over. 1st and 10.
They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? Got room on the return.
Let's go. Talk about leaving the door open. Yes, please. You think they might run the clock out, run the football consistently? No, sir. They put it in the air. We forced the interception. Great job by the defense. When they needed it the most, they came through.
The give to the back. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Off the RPO, complete. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the first down.
This is the football equivalent of throwing in the towel or no mas, as they will concede defeat. And they'll take a knee, get it in the perfect spot for their field goal kicker to try to win the game. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. Let's see what they've got on second down. Happy with the situation, the quarterback will take a knee. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's third and goal. Trying to power it in. He's not even going to make it back to the line of scrimmage as the defense gets big-time penetration. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot.